I am about as out of touch with this as I am with my own sense of mortality. Um, I almost said immortality, but every hello is goodbye. I've really gotten valuable insight recently in regards to relationships and interactions with people. And the reality of things is that every hello is goodbye. And the reason that is because when you're having an interaction with somebody, right? You come together. Maybe it's physically in person, maybe it's virtual, right? There's going to be a parting between those people, whether physically or virtually. There's going to be a period of time where those people aren't communicating and connecting, right? That's just the reality of things. With that, there's also the potential that two people might never talk to each other again, might never see each other again. And this is actually a really important thing to understand because, for me specifically, the way that I look at it is that one of the things that has been a massive blockage and also obstacle in my life is that of dissociation as a result of trauma, right? Dissociation is basically the disconnection from self and others, right? You're very much taken by the mind into the past, into the future, all of that stuff, right? And it really restricts a person's capacity to be present with whoever they're with or whatever it is that they're doing. And I know that throughout my life I have struggled to, just kind of like work through a very meaningful parting with somebody. Regardless of whether it's just, we'll see you tomorrow, or I'll see you in a week, I'll see you in a month, I'll see you in a, however long it is. I've noticed that my own defenses kind of like keep me in a very specific way of being. However, the reason why it's very important to like actually understand that every hello is goodbye is because essentially knowing that, like knowing that you don't know if you're ever going to talk to or see a person again, it really has the space to transform the dynamics of how you approach people, right? And again, dissociation being one of the biggest obstacles and blockages in regards to how I connect with myself and other people, it kind of like, I don't want to say forces or pushes, but insight like that really allows me to see things more clearly and look at like what's more important for me, right? And if what's more important for me is my capacity to be present with people, right? Then the more present I become, the less dissociated I become, right? That in and of itself is a very important and meaningful experience. Dissociation is not good or bad or right or wrong. What it is I would argue to be a trauma response, right? You just imagine like you're going throughout life and everything and you're gone, right? You're not taking in anything. Whatever it is that anyone's saying to you, you're somewhere else. You can't take in anything that anyone's saying to you if you're not present with them. You might catch a few things here and there, but you're not going to get the full human experience, the I, thou, the experience of the, whatever is occurring in the intersubjective space between two people, and that's really the whole thing of this. That's what this is all about. And so every hello is goodbye. Every interaction with a person is goodbye because you don't know if you're ever going to see them or talk to them again. And the thing that's so challenging about this is that for me personally, it's a very painful thing to think about. But the beautiful thing about it is that it really pushes me into the present moment and really helps me to maintain much more of a present state of awareness with the people that I'm interacting with. And what's interesting, and I understand that a lot of people might think that this is, like excessive or exceeding, right? With every goodbye, which is what follows with every hello, I understand that a lot of people might not put the same level of gravity with it, and that's okay. Nobody's good or bad or right or wrong in this scenario. However, every goodbye is a grievance, right? When someone actually physically moves on, right? There's a grievance there. That is a goodbye in and of itself. What I'm learning more recently that I think is unbelievably important, like I'm bathing in it, I'm basking in it, I'm soaking in it, I'm allowing it to fill me with life and vitality like a sun would, right? Pain is here to teach us, It really is. And the more that we allow it to be there, to be a part of our experiences rather than trying to avoid it or push it out, right? Just allowing it. It's no better or worse or right or wrong than, joy or happiness or any of that stuff. It's just pain. It's just pain. But really understanding that and sitting with that and seeing that every hello is goodbye, something like that really has the ability to look me straight in my eyes and touch my soul, to understand how real every single experience that I have with people is. And that's really what this is all about. The capacity to be present, which dissociation, myself included, I know that a lot of people struggle with this, and as a result of that, they struggle to be present with people, right? And there have been many times in my life where I've been in situations with people and I'm thinking about the thing that I'm going to do next, right? Or I'm worrying about something that happened in the past rather than being present with them. If there's anything that is the pathway or the key to divinity, to source, to universe, to, all of that, the higher energy of the universe, God, right? It's people. It's people. There's nothing more filled with wealth, I feel, on the face of this planet than exchanges with people. I'm not sure that anything really matters more. We can create whatever it is that we want to, right? Anything physical, right? But people, right? People are just such a profoundly divine experience. They're exchanges of love, of light, of, wisdom, understanding, humbleness. And so as I learn that every hello is goodbye, it kind of puts me in this position of pulling back the layers of everything that I've been used to. All of the, oh, I'll see you again. 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 I don't know. But I do know that this right here, right now, is real. As real as everything else. Right? And when I say as real as everything else, I'm not referring to the noise, past, future of the mind. What I'm referring to is this is what's happening right now, and that's all that matters, right? And being present with that and not really so much worrying about the ideas of what the mind conjures up, because I've had plenty of experience, and I'm sure that many other people have as well, to tell them that the mind is quite a noisy fucking machine. But the experience, the intersubjective space between people, it's fucking real. And every hello is goodbye. You never know what's going to happen to people. You never know, you know, you just never know. Cherishing the heck out of that intersubjective space, out of every single experience. Not only that, but also like understanding, maybe you have a hard time being honest with people. I have before. I have 100%. I've struggled with my capacity to be honest and just like real. Maybe I was worried about how somebody would react to something, and that's okay. But the realness, the dynamic, the intersubjective space between two people, I can tell you right now that the most powerful thing that can happen in that space is love. It's openness, it's vulnerability, it's leaving behind the ego, it's presence. I mean, maybe not so much leaving behind the ego. I'm learning a lot about integration and, integrating different aspects of the self and mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, all that kind of stuff. Mystical, everything. More so maybe a matter of integrating the ego, but really just being present with people. It's not easy to do. It isn't. I say that, and maybe that in and of itself is a belief that I have to personally work through. But what I do know, based on what I've experienced, is that there are a lot of things that want to keep me away from being present. Maybe that they're not things that want to keep me away specifically, but I would argue obstacles, blockages, right? The mind is a very seductive entity, and it will conjure up things that restrict the capacity to be present with people. But the reality of relationships is very simple, and that is that every hello is goodbye. In fact, goodbye, right? It's beautiful. Relationships are beautiful. Sure, a lot of relationships have their challenges and their struggles and everything, but relationships are beautiful. When divinity is in the dynamic, it is absolutely ethereal.